Welcome back to the program. Glad you're with us this morning. Say good morning to my very good friend Daniela from Bright Path.
Corporate Commercial Tax Advisory and Immigration Services.
Brilliant.
Good morning.
Good morning. I know we're I get to have you twice this week.
Yes, yoo-hoo!
I'm very excited. I'm very
Yay!
You know who's even more excited than me though? Miss Oscar.
Miss Oscar.
Little O is very happy twice in 1 week. That's because we missed last week on Friday because I was it usually when I'm off island, I do the show remotely from the
Yes.
studio in Canada. But last Friday I was at a groundbreaking at my old prep school, and it was super cool. So I wasn't around in the morning. So let's squeeze one in on Wednesday.
Yeah, why not?
What are we talking about?
Why U.S. nationals and Canadians are moving to St. Martin?
Why?
This is our and the short answer is why not, but
Well, yeah. That's what I always say. Why
why
not?
not?
Why would you not want to be here if you could be here? Why would you not want to be here?
Yes.
Oh, so because it is a truly a spectacular place to call
To
home.
call home, yeah, it is, and I was writing down yesterday some of the points that it's for U.S. national Canadians, and also you can apply it to any other nationality that wants to move, but let's do U.S. and Canadians today. And basically with U.S. nationals, it starts with how simple could be the residency process, especially with MarkPath. It's very straightforward, and you get permanent residency right away for
Mhm.
U.S. nationals.
Mhm.
And Canadians, it's just investment in real estate, or maybe if you want to start a business, it's a little bit more complicated, but nothing, nothing that we cannot handle at Brightpad. So it's quite easy, the residency process to start with us.
So
Yeah.
there you go. Now when we say as an American, as a U.S. national, um, it's all tied to a thing called the Dutch American Friendship Treaty, correct?
Yes.
Which makes it easier for U.S. nationals to
To
move here.
Because once you apply for residency as a U.S. national with the treaty, you will get permanent residency,
Right.
and you don't need a separate work permit. So you can come get your residency, you get permanent, and you don't need a work permit, a separate work permit, so you can work. If you want to work, if you don't want to retire, then that's a different story. But you can do so.
So and then for Canadians, you have to either go down the retirement program,
Yeah.
which ultimately requires the purchase of a real
Yes, the purchase of a property.
property for you to live here.
Yes.
And or
Or if you want to start a business, or you're younger, you still want to work, or you're looking for business opportunities, you can start a business and apply under the managing director program.
okay. And I think that when I mean I think what I see a lot of people typically do that are not U.S. nationals is they will go down the managing director program, create a company which allows them to work in their company, and then then someone else, another employer, would contract the company.
That's a way of doing it, but with the company, with the business incorporation and the managing director program, it's the same purpose. You want to come do business and live on the island, but it's two separate processes. One is corporate and the other one is immigration.
Yeah.
So you need to create a company, which in this case Brightpath will assist you with
Right.
the business incorporation. Once you have a company, then it's like going to immigration and say, I am the managing director of this company. I need to live on the island.
Right.
So that's technically what the managing director program is. I need
Got
to
it.
live on the island, so I need a residency.
Right. And then depending on what your company does is authorized to do its
Yes.
purpose,
Yes.
then other companies here on the island might contract your company to
Yeah.
perform stuff for them, whatever that stuff might
Whatever
be.
that stuff is. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But other than these residency programs and all of that, St. Martin offers a lot of different things that people find of value and interesting, and that those are the reasons why they moved to the island. We can start with the taxes.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have property taxes, so if you invest in real estate, you don't have property
That's
taxes.
always nice. On the
Yes.
Dutch side, yes.
Yes, on the Dutch side, yes. You don't have import export taxes, so if you're moving and you want to bring things from
Mm.
home, you can do so, and you don't have to pay taxes
To import them.
to import them, and also to you for your everyday. We all purchase online, and we only pay for the shipping.
Right.
And yes, so that's really cool. That's
Absolutely.
nice. Yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, my Amazon address is in Florida. And then if I get it to like in the US, right, or in Canada, typically if you order on Amazon, it'll arrive. You order in the morning, you might get it the same day or tomorrow, depending on how it all plays out. Here you learn that I have my Amazon directly to my address in Miami, which is the freight forwarding company that I use.
Yes.
And I know with Carib Connects that I use, if I get it there by Thursday, it'll leave on the boat on Friday. The boat will generally arrive in St. Martin on Sunday, depending on how things go at the port. They'll offload the boat Sunday night into Monday, and then by Tuesday it gets delivered. Um, and For example, I ordered something last week. I think I ordered it on Monday. I needed to have, the thing that goes on the bottom of an umbrella, right? That screws into the sand.
Yes.
I ordered one of those, and I ordered it on Monday. It was arrived on Tuesday. It sailed on the cargo ship on Friday. It arrived on Sunday. They delivered it yesterday.
See,
So,
you have
so,
to exercise patience.
so no, but what it is you need to kind of reset your expectations. You
Yes.
plan 10 days out.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think it goes with the lifestyle of the island. Everything is a bit more relaxed. So yeah, you order it today and you get it a week from now.
we'll get there.
Yes.
We'll get there. Little by little. It's like same thing with all the coffee, right?
Yeah.
I order all the K cups on Amazon because I can buy them in a huge bulk, and I just always make sure I have an extra. Whenever I take one box off the shelf, I order another box,
Yeah.
and so you learn to plan. That's part of the just part of island life.
Of life here, and then you don't pay the import taxes.
Right, and that's true whether you're an American or a Canadian, right? You just and if
Yes.
you need a shipping company, we're happy to hook you up with our good friends at Carib Connects, and there are others as well. So but that's just I think part of it too is once you decide to move here, by talking to people that live here like us, right?
Mhm.
You learn how to play the game, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that just makes it easier. Um, Having said that, if I go to Bright Path, what is the best way for me to connect with you to kind of start the process? Saying, okay, I'm hooked. I want to live there. I've
Yes.
been to visit. I've fallen in
I
love
like
with
it,
it.
and
I've
I
fallen.
just want to live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the best thing you can do is go to our website, brightpathcaribbean.com, and in any of our pages, but the main one or the contact us page, you'll see a form. You
Mhm.
fill it out. The system will send you an automatic email with the consultation links.
I like how you guys use technology. I have to be honest. It's pretty cool.
We have a lot of automations, and we've been working on a lot of automations. For it's a way of we have reminders for residencies, we have reminders for register address service, we have reminders for everything, automatic emails. So once you fill out the form on the website, you'll get an automatic email, and you have two options. You can book online via Zoom if you're not online on the island,
Mhm.
but if you're on island and you want to come to the office, you can book a consultation in our office.
Well, that's cool.
Yes.
That's cool. Do it
Mhm.
face to face, right? Use it. It's funny how, Zoom and Teams have become the way that we do things these days. But I have to be honest. Sometimes I just like to be face to face.
This we have a lot. One of the things that we have a lot lately is we have the person contacts we have a Zoom consultation, and they say, I'm going to be on the island in the next 15 days. And we have the follow-up consultation in the office.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we get to know each other, and then that's really nice.
Well, you know what? I think part of it is the notion that, you know, when we're doing it online, you know, we're pretty two-dimensional. It's kind of flat.
Yes.
But when we do it face to face,
It's
you have
different.
a cup of coffee. We can go, you know, clink, cheers. You actually hear the sound. So
Yes.
both serve their purposes for sure.
Yes, the Zoom one, it's really good to share information and know if this is for you,
Yeah.
and and get to know what the services are and what can we do, and if it's because some people in a consultation they figure out maybe this is not the way to go, and maybe
Yeah.
St. Martin, or I'll give it a second chance. I'll go to the island and then I'll let you know.
So in preparation for that um, initial consultation, is there stuff that you would, whether you're an American or a Canadian, are there things that you would recommend that you bring to the meeting?
Not bring, but to have a clear idea of what you want,
Uh-huh.
and have a clear idea of when you want to do it.
Okay.
Okay, because it's sometimes we have someone comes and I want to retire here in 5 years. Okay, we can do the consultation, but keep in mind things might change in
Right.
5 years. Everything I'm telling you today might change. So it's good for general information, but if you want general information, check out our blog. Check
Yeah.
out our articles, that they're really good and we keep them up to date. And when you have the consultation with us, I rather say like be sure of what you want and the time frame and when you want to do it,
Mm.
because that will give us a better idea, and it's easier to offer you a time frame, and okay, we're gonna start with this and then we're gonna do this, depending, because if it's a Canadian and you want to start a business, then okay, let's start with the business. Once we have the business, this
Right.
many months have passed, then we start residency. So if you want to come and live on the island legally within the next 2 months, I'll tell you that's not possible,
Right.
because we need a longer time frame.
Mhm.
So you need to know what you want.
So I guess it's about setting expectations to a certain
Yes.
degree, huh?
Yes.
And then on the U.S. national side, a little bit of different set of rules. Um, so as a Canadian, if you come as a tourist, how long are you allowed to be here?
90 days.
90 days.
90 days.
As an American, as a U.S. national,
You can stay 6 months.
6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the reason for that is Americans are treated the same way that the European Dutch
European
nationals
Dutch, yes.
are treated, and those are
Mhm.
essentially how the rules fall out because of that treaty. Um, and then the other thing is, I don't ever like to encourage people to do this. However, like if you're a European Dutch person and you come here and you're here for 6 months as a as a tourist, and then you maybe, and over during that process, um, you go through the exercise of legalize, writing out of Holland
Mhm.
and writing in here and uh, submitting your residency paperwork to be resident of St. Martin. During that first, you have 6 months to do that. Same thing applies for Americans, correct?
Yes.
However, um, Canadians, right, have to wait abroad.
Yes.
Americans and Dutch can be
The
here.
only two nationalities that can stay on the island while your residency permit is in the process,
Mm.
Dutch from Holland and any Dutch national,
Right.
and Americans.
And typically, even though we don't encourage you to do this, if you are in process with the residency side and you're an American or Dutch, you often see them working while that stuff is going on, and people
Mhm.
just kind of, it's not
Yeah,
it's not an
but
issue.
that doesn't mean that you're here and you stay and you're thinking of staying. No,
Right,
it
right.
means
Is
like
it
you can
me?
stay once your process have already started and you have proof,
Right.
which is the CRV, the document that says your file is in process.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's the best way to describe it.
Yes.
And really the best way to go, brightpathcaribbean.com,
Yes.
to get yourself started.
Yes.
What are some of the reasons, whether an American or a Canadian, besides no import tax, no property tax.
Besides all of that, I think the weather, the weather, the people, and the lifestyle of St. Martin. That's what makes everybody fall in love. Whoever have decided to stay in St. Martin, it's because those are some of the reasons of decide like I want to be here. I want to wear the same
Yeah,
outfit year long. I just want to go to the beach during the weekends. I just want sunny days and enjoy and flip flops and so
it's a pretty special place.
it is. It really, 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 really is.
And besides the weather, besides all of that, the fact that we don't shovel snow, um, I think one of the most special things about here are the people.
Yes.
The people, and of course, Miss Oscar. Miss Oscar's, high on the list of
She's
why
looking
people
at me
move.
like, hello, what
Uh,
about me? But
well,
yeah, like I love what I love about St. Martin is we can show everybody that so many nationalities can live
you're from
together.
where originally?
Venezuela.
I'm from Connecticut. If it wasn't for Sweet St. Martin, do you think our paths would ever cross?
No, probably not.
And now I can inextricably say, and you are one of many, but we are friends.
Mm-hmm.
We know each other, and because of St. Martin, all of that happened.
All of that happened, yes. And
And
we all get along, and it's so nice. It's
that's
so
the
nice to
that's the
go
number
around.
one
Yes,
reason to
yes,
move.
to move. Yeah.
So if you're thinking about it, we'd love to have you.
We'd love to have you, and just go to our website, brightpathcaribbean.com, and check out all the information we have there. And if you're ready to book the consultation because you're ready to move, let's do it.
Deal, deal, deal. And we're trying something right now too. Should we tell? We're trying. We have this streaming to island92.com on watch and chat. And then we also have this going out to Island 92 on Facebook.
On Facebook.
And we also have it going out to our Island 92 YouTube channel.
Yes.
And all three are working.
Everywhere.
All three are working.
It's a wonderful day.
The computer hasn't freaked out yet. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Oh, but no, we'd love to have you. So if you're seriously thinking about it, book yourself a consultation. brightpathcaribbean.com.
Yes.
And Daniela and the whole team will take care of you. And
Will do.
you'll make new friends too.
Yes. You'll meet us and then Shirley usually for the first part, and then
Yeah,
everybody.
how come Shirley hasn't been here in a while?
She'll be here on Friday. She promised.
She promised?
Yes.
Did she write it down and sign it?
I'll send you a little.
I want a note from her.
Yeah, I'll send
Written
you a
in blood that she's coming. What about Norris?
oh, that's you're asking for too much.
Norris. Does Norris drink coffee?
Yes.
Norris, I'll make you coffee. I'll personally make you coffee. I'll even take out the secret stash of coffee if your Norris comes.
Yes.
Maybe one day we could have Shirley, you, Norris, and Vivian all in the same room together.
Wow.
I don't know if I could handle it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All of the Bright Path babes with me all at the same time. Somebody would have to hose me down.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniela from Bright Path.
Corporate Commercial Tax Advisory and Immigration Services.
BrightPathCaribbean.com. You check it out and come live with us.
Yes.
Come over here. You'll have a good time.
Yes.
We'll see you on Friday. We'll see you next week.
Friday.
See you Friday. Brilliant. It is 8:37 right here in the Northeast Caribbean. Let me do this. Here's everything that's happening tonight. Here's your Amstel Bright entertainment calendar brought to you by Amstel Bright Island 92 and Z 105.1 FM.